Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2017 U.S. Open 8-Ball Championships, presented by CueSports International and sponsored by Predator Cues, Kamui, Cyclop Balls, Omega Billiards. We're being held at Griff's in Las Vegas, Nevada. In the booth with me today is Freddie Ognier, the corner man.
Good morning, George. We've had a great couple of weeks thus far. We're going to finish it off with the U.S. Open 8-Ball Championship here at Griff's in Las Vegas, Nevada. We have Manny Perez. This is first round match of Manny Perez and Mitch Ellerman. Manny is now residing in Paducah, Kentucky, home of Skylar Woodward and the great Buddy Hall.
Whoa. Comes from a good lineage there, huh?
That's right.
And he faces Mitch Ellerman, just recently relocated to the Las Vegas area from Phoenix, Arizona. And Mitch has a pretty good resume as far as the Arizona area. And he's got the U.S. Open, U.S. 10-ball championships, bar table, excuse me, some time back.
Right.
So this would be a great matchup. Two young guns. Fairly young. Manny's
very young.
Manny's very
I think
young.
Mitch at this point is
more
of a veteran than
exactly.
Manny is.
Yeah,
Manny's several-time national amateur champion, and last year Manny won the 10-ball challenge.
Mitch is working full-time, so pool is more of a part-time thing for him now than it used to be. So let's see how this match goes.
Break. Manny has a very big break here.
This is a race to 8, playing 8-ball.
Oh, he got it flat, but look how many balls. He got it flat, and if this pair on the right, the 13-15, looks doable, but both sets are pretty good. I think low balls probably is a set he's going to take if he has a first shot at it. If he doesn't, well, he may be forced to shoot high balls.
He's got a couple of hard first shots. Like you said, if he has a first shot.
Yeah, if he has a first shot on the low ball, the low balls look really good, but you have to shoot the 3-ball. But
strike.
I think he's going to have to shoot the stripe. They go because of the 13-15 pairs, all right.
You've got a nice combination on the side. There's 4 balls on the rail. But it appears that the combination goes to get on it good. Opening shot could be the 10. Or does he go for the combo right away?
I don't know. You know, this is the unfortunate thing about 8-ball. You know, it's open. And he doesn't have a really good shot here. He's shooting at the 2-ball, which for the first shot of the U.S. Open 8-ball 2017, that's probably the right shot. Not a problem. And if he gets on the 4 or the 1, he looks really good to run out here.
Yeah, this is pretty much. Wow, he got good on this ball, made that ball, got good on this one. I don't see very many problems here for a pro. For an amateur, you might get in trouble, but a pro.
Yeah. The 4 to the 3 has to be good for him to get on the 1-ball. If he gets on the wrong side, he starts flirting with these other balls. So I think he's on the good side here, just on the good side, just almost a stop shot. It's going to leak to the left as we view it, and it'll be perfect.
He just showed us what he's going to shoot next. He wants that 1-ball next, and he's got that 6-ball hanging.
I think that 8-ball on a big table is pretty exciting because we don't see the professionals do this too much, at least here in the States. I know they have a WPA World 8-Ball Championship. This might be one of the very few big table 8-ball professional tournaments.
Most of it's held on the 7-foot tables. He had 52 entrants for the U.S. Open 8-Ball. So we've got a few buys, but we got a lot of matches going on. Got some players in here this morning with 9 a.m. matches. We'll be having matches every 2 hours.
Manny Perez for the 8-ball for a opening 1-0 lead.
The old break and run.
Very nicely done.
Round of applause.
Well, it's a little bit early, so the energy level isn't going to be up yet until people wake up. Fortunately for Manny Perez, he's awake. Mitch Ellerman to break. We are doing alternating break format.
The left-hander from Arizona, now relocated to Las Vegas. Let's see some of the matches that we have going on here today. As this one is played, we have other matches. You got Corey Dool and Federico Ian Ikari, David Harding and Josh Roberts, Dennis Hatch and Emily Duddy, Jimmy Henry and Ahmed Al-Dulami, Hunter Lombardo and Vinny Calabrese, Mario Hay and Kim Laksonen, Chris Smelling and Max. No, that's an 11 o'clock match. So those are the matches going on right now.
Big break from Mitch, and unfortunately didn't make a ball on the break.
Ouch.
That's going to hurt. We are
Got a
using
good spread.
we are using CSI rules. This is a CSI event. So if, you'll see a few rules slightly different than WPA, and we'll point them out when it happens.
Are the WPA and the BCA rules aligned? They're pretty much the same.
The BCA, the Billiard Congress of America, and the WPA are exactly the same rules. The BCA PL is under CSI rules. So I know it's a little confusing since the BCA Pool League was separated away from the BCA, the Billiard Congress of America, but the Billiard Congress of America actually hold a seat in the WPA as far as rules committee. But that's not what we're using here. We're using CueSports International rules. The same rules as the BCA Pool League and the USA Pool League.
Now later on this year here at Griff's, they're going to hold a straight pool championship U.S. Open, also a one-pocket U.S. Open championship, and that'll be coming to you later on this year.
Now that'll be pretty exciting.
Sure, especially the one-pocket.
Well, for me, for the straight pool, since I came from straight pool country in the Northeast, I can't go back there for the U.S. Open when it was held over there, not too often at least. But if it's here, now that I live in San Diego, I can come to Las Vegas much easier.
Mm-hmm.
Tough first shot for Manny because he's dead straight, and I don't know if he's going to try to do a lot, and these pockets are a little bit tighter than the other ones.
Yeah, these
it looks like he's going to cut this slightly. See him shift over.
He went rail first, didn't he?
Yeah, I can't tell, but he made as much as he could for an angle on that shot just so he can be off the cushion.
The pockets on this table are a little less forgiving than what they've been playing on all week. These are 4 1/4. The pockets they were playing on all week were on the 7-foot tables.
You're right at that 4.5.
And 4.5.
On a 7-footer.
Yeah. Both these gentlemen did play on this table a couple weeks ago when we had the U.S. Open 10-ball championships, and it was streamed off of this very same table. The table is broken in. It's not brand new cloth, so you're going to have some balls hanging up that wouldn't hang up with new cloth. It's not as forgiving. You got to be a little more accurate on your shots.
This shot here is just on the low side of the 9-ball. I know he wants the 11-ball next so that he can lead into the 10-ball, I believe, that's next to the 3-ball, which is the only trouble ball that he's got. So he couldn't really get there. And now both those balls, the 11 and the 10, are a bit challenging. I don't believe the 10 passes the 3-ball. What do you think?
It doesn't look like it. It doesn't
So
look
he really
like
needed
it,
a
no.
break at it.
He could go at it right now when he shoots his 12, unless he chooses to shoot the 15 ball up table, which I don't think he will. I think he'll shoot the 12 ball.
It feels like he's going to actually play around this 10 and play in the side pocket. And if he can do that, then he can fall on the 11 ball in the side pocket. Very difficult out here.
He's looking at that now. And if he goes for this, he can play for either the 10 or the 11. Let's see exactly how he plays this.
That's true, because he can play the 11 try to for a break on the 10.
Right.
He's going to look at that right now.
And the other thing he has up here is with this ball, he could come around 2 rails for the bottom of the 10. But it's tough. That's difficult to come all the way down. So he got in the same spot.
So he got in the same spot. I think he wanted to come up shorter. In fact, he probably came up in a worse angle here because now he can't even get the first option or the second option getting around the 10. He shook his head a little bit there. And he's committed, right? He's almost like committed to it now. Now there's less balls on the table. He's going to be faced with a lot of safeties if Mitch doesn't get a full clearance out anyway. Yeah, it's
from where he went, when he shot that ball to the corner pocket, it went 2 rails. He had a nice angle then on the 12 to go after either the 10 or the 11. Now he's pretty straight in on the 12.
Yeah, so it looks like he's going to punch it to the side and then play the cue ball off the 11, off the 8, 2 rails down. I mean, that's asking a lot to play the 10 ball in the side pocket, asking an awful lot of this shot.
He's trying to see where he's coming
Right.
off this 8 ball.
Yeah, and if he can just get it to the corner, the cue ball to the corner without dropping, of course, he's got a shot in the 10. Not easy, but
I think he can draw off the 10, off the 8 after making this ball. If he can put a little bit, and then he's trying to run into the ball, I believe, or trying to slide down for the 10 on the side. Exactly.
Yeah, he's going down to the corner for the 10 on the side.
Right in the corner.
And if it doesn't scratch, that's the
right in the corner.
Yeah, it was always going to be there, and whether or not he could hit the good part of the 8, but as you can see, and he missed the ball. In case that part kind of got lost in there.
Yeah, we were watching. I was watching the cue ball.
Watching the cue ball all the way, but he did actually miss the ball, so that actually gives him a little bit of a chance that he left the ball up. So he's got 2 balls instead of just the 1 ball. Harder to play safety when there's 2 balls on the table versus 1 ball. It's still going to be advantage Ellerman.
And Mitch,
the 3 ball doesn't actually go, so he needs to break it out.
It
looks
like it goes.
It might go. It goes for him. That's correct.
It goes for him. It doesn't go for the 10.
Right.
Yep.
And if that's the case, then the 1 ball, 7 ball is, if you want to invent something that's difficult, that's the difficult part of this rack. But he should be able to take care of that pretty easily.
He'll take care of the stuff on the left, and then he'll go to the stuff on the right, and he'll come down for the 3.
Yeah. Once he clears the 1, it's really duck soup for these guys.
Yeah, and there's 2 ways to clear it. He's going to do it this way.
Yeah, 6 on the side probably, or I like 6 on the side. Yeah. That's solved that. He must like that 3 ball an awful lot. From the overhead, it's not.
I just saw that overhead angle, and it didn't look so good.
It didn't look so good, but he's already looked at it. So, and as a left-hander, this is kind of nice here. Let's draw this back to be straight in on the 7 ball.
He wants to be below the spot, though, so there's no question of the hit.
Right. That's right. On the right side of that line as we view it.
He's not going to be there, so now we're going to. Oh, he's still got another ball.
He's got a 3-railer.
He's got another ball.
Yeah. He's got.
He's laid pretty straight.
Is he
here.
drawing this ball?
Yeah, he's drawing the ball straight back.
And he's going to get. Well, there you go. He's right on the line. He's just past that line, so he's good.
Perfect,
He's good.
yeah.
He's got.
As soon as the last 2 inches that ball rolled,
right, exactly,
laid him right in.
Yeah.
I'm sure
he's got a full pocket to shoot at, so he's probably going to hit the right part of this pocket as we view it, because he's got to go up table for the 8 anyway.
I'm sure he'd like to have been about 3 inches lower on that position shot, but no, he ended up there. That's where he left it.
And
I was about to say
that. Try to pound it through, which is what he's supposed to do, but not that hard, I guess. That's an unfortunate miss there, because he really did solve that rack nicely. Manny is thanking his lucky stars.
Oh, big time.
Mitch has got to shake that one off.
Yeah, no problem with that. Had he been a little lower on that position shot, he would have been much happier with it and more than likely closed it out.
Yeah, I mean,
the
really,
fact that he ended up high.
The shot before on the 2 that he couldn't get straight in as a left-hander, as opposed to just a little bit of an angle. I think he was forced to shoot it a hair softer than he wanted to make sure he could actually make it and draw back as much as he could. And Manny's in a funny spot. He's going to have to hit this one relatively firm, I guess, or take the longer 8-ball cut. And he pounded it and see that it wanted to come out.
Nice shot.
Yeah, he wanted to come out.
He hit that ball square in the middle of the pocket because it, like Freddie just said, it wanted to come out, but he hit it so good there was no coming out. He got in there deep. Didn't hit the back of the pocket with the shot.
No, of course. He only had the face to shoot it at. So 2-0 Manny Perez after Mitch Ellerman really handed that game back to him, shooting the 8-ball, not pocketing it. Race to 8, Manny Perez.
Big miss by Mitch there on that 8-ball, and brought Manny back to be able to close out game number 2.
Manny is a Predator user.
He's got that brand new brake cue, doesn't he, from Predator?
That's what it looks like.
I heard there are very few of those out and about.
I don't know. I don't even know if they're actually out in the market yet.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't know they were out and about. They'll be out in September. That new Predator break cue that you're looking at right there on the table that Manny has will be out in September. So I saw something on Facebook about them last night, actually, for the first time, and how they'll handle the 35-mile-an-hour break that very, very, very few people have. It's a strong break, 35 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to see break contests where they'd sit there and they were lucky to get 31 and 32.
Oh, they'd be lucky to get 27.
Yeah.
You know.
Now they're generating 35 miles an hour sometimes. A couple of players.
Okay, man, he's got a. I mean, he was breaking these balls so well, but he hit it pretty flat last time. Let's see if he's got the nice pop. But of course, he broke and ran last time also. Still a little flatter than what his practice shots, break shots were. He's lost the cue ball.
There goes the cue ball. Big opportunity for Mitch. He can make up his game that he lost there. Or he has an opportunity to make up his game.
So it's a scratch on the break, and with the CueSports International rules, it is full table ball in hand, scratch on the break. That's the difference from world standardized rules.
Taking the stripes, of course, and we see the 9 ball that's down the rail, the 13 for the side, the 10 in the corner. Everything's on one side of the table after he gets done with these 4 balls that are down on the bottom part. Pretty straightforward. He's going to go and shoot this, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
No, I might have changed my mind there being so close to the rail.
But no problem with him. Really, there isn't a troubled ball on this table. Getting from this ball to the next ball, it's not really a big issue because there's 2 other balls to play for.
He could have come a little further for that 13 to be closer to the 9. Now he'll be a little further away. He'll probably play the 14 next and then the 9, or either combination of that.
Yeah.
Oh, he wanted to be straight in there, so now he'll play the 9.
And there's the ball in the side pocket late, but he'll be able to go up and down. But it's the professional players handle this a lot better than
most amateurs.
Most amateurs do. The control is so much better.
Notice how he got straight in on that ball, so he can come straight back and have it just barely be off the rail
and
have a nice shot
straight
for
on the 8 ball.
Right
there, you go.
But
there's no cut on this ball, so and we get to see Mitch Ellerman's stroke, very smooth left-hander.
Both players got a game from the other's mistake. Manny scratched on the break, and Mitch missed that. Mitchell missed that 8 ball.
And Mitch gets the break, trying to tie this game up. There we go. And Mitch is also playing with a Predator shaft. He's got Sean Q there.
Did you go to Predator?
Yeah.
I'm surprised he went to Sean. He's had support from other cue makers here in the local area. He used to play with the Brian Mort. He's switched around on the butt of the shaft. I mean the butt of the cue. And he's been playing with the low deflection cues for a while. He used to be with one of the competitors. And so now he's gone to Predator.
You mentioned Brian Mort. Brian, very solid cue maker.
Oh my, yes,
very solid.
He makes a nice cue. And he seems to be getting better and better all the time, and he keeps his cues priced at a very reasonable. He's very reasonable. Some of these other cue makers are getting a little out of hand, but you get what you pay for.
That was again a very, very solid break.
Wow!
And,
wow! These guys are breaking the balls.
Pretty wide open. You see the 14 and the 5 ball are the 2 problem balls, if you want to call them problems. He will get there, either one of them. But just because of the way the 15 in the rack lays, he'd probably opt for low balls here. You don't have to move anything if you shoot the low balls. With the high balls, you have to move something. You have to move that 15.
Look how empty the table looks with these balls spread out as well as they do.
That's what
He's
happens
got all
with a
kinds
good
of room
8-ball
in the middle.
break.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of small table 8-ball this week.
And everything was jumbled and
if you don't make a ball,
congested. Yeah, exactly. You know, people kept saying, well, you know, they felt that 8-ball on the big table and the 9-foot table was easier and easier. And as I look at these patterns and as I look at how open it is with such a great break, I'm going to have to agree it looks a lot easier.
I mean, if you're already a good shot maker, the position play on a big table on 8-ball when you make a good break is much easier. On a small table, you kind of have to drive a car. I like this. I like that you negotiate this 7-5 first, and then you're attacking the 8 from above.
Yeah, and it lays so natural.
He's got to get off the rail. Get off the rail. He's not going to like that. And there's the head shake.
That's the one thing about playing.
The 2 rail across.
That's the one thing about playing on the big table, on the 9-foot table, is the cue ball on the rail is a lot more of a handicap or a hindrance than it is on the 7-foot table.
Is he straight in on that 5? I believe he is if he tries to shoot it. Or
he's got an angle, but he'll run into the 14, which might lead him to the side pocket.
15.
The ball next to it, the stripe next to it.
Yeah, so he's forced to shoot this way, and all because he got it on the cushion, and he knows it. That's what he was shaking his head about. And it didn't look like that was going to make it. Well, the good news is that 12 ball doesn't pass easily into the 3 ball. The 3 ball doesn't exactly make it a big ball because a big pocket, because this pocket is so tight, and the 3 ball can't get out of there.
Well,
so it's not a sellout, but Manny's up to the table as opposed to racking up for the next game.
It's not a complete sellout, but it is a big opportunity.
Yeah. Manny is also sponsored by Club Billiards in Wichita, Kansas.
Ah.
He's from Kansas, but he now lives in Kentucky.
We saw his, what you might say, is coming out last year at the U.S. Open 10-ball, not the
10-ball challenge.
10-ball challenge at the Rio last year.
Is he going to play for the 12 ball here? I mean, this 15 doesn't go anywhere. Oh, it goes from there. Well, I guess that's it.
He'll play to the 12 ball from the 13 probably.
Yeah.
And he got perfect on this ball to get good on the. He might take. I don't think he'll do it now because he's on the 15 now.
Yeah, so
he'll want to shoot this now.
I guess the angle is what he was looking there. Angle on the 13 to get above the 12 and shoot it down table. Don't get too far. That looks good. That looks just where he put it.
Well, if it goes past the 3, if he can make it past the 3, he'll draw the ball over. If he can, he will follow this ball over.
Yeah, he already looked at that 3. The first thing he looked at when he came to the table was whether or not to pass the 3, and I saw him shake his head. So.
One of the things you can see on the table right now, actually, is the Predator 1080 chalk.
It is. And because this 8 ball goes in both pockets, he's free to just shoot above the 12 ball, this cue ball above the 12 ball. Don't get too close.
He's going to get very close. But he got straight in.
Yeah.
He's actually gotten a rather fortunate road. He could have rolled up against it, and he's on the side of it. But
well, he's just tough shot, but he's got a shot.
He's got to worry about the 1 ball because he's got to go in that direction to get shape on the 8. You have to come across the 1 ball. Yep. Looks like he clears it.
Well, he's jacking up, so.
Yeah. He'll be using some right English, going 2 rails for the 8, off the head rail to side rail, and right around the 1. But the fact that he'll be behind it makes it a danger.
The way he's jacking up the 1 ball is a huge ball at this point.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Very well
Nicely done.
Very well done.
12 ball was hopping all the way into the pocket. We saw yesterday somebody hop a couple balls off the table on the stream table. And Manny pounds it in. I tell you what, Manny's game, it was already looking good last year, but it's elevated. His break is looking good. His stroke into some of these pockets is looking good.
Well, so far I'm extremely impressed with both of these gentlemen's break on this 9-foot table. And Manny's cue ball control there was exceptional.
pocket past the 13, so I believe that Manny would rather shoot the high balls if he can. 14 is straight in the corner pocket. He's going to look at this 313 right now.
Let's see, the stripes rather than the solids.
Yeah.
He's pocketed one.
He's pocketed one. He
And
is
he's
shooting the
going for
14.
him. Yep.
Float down probably for the he's got to get to the 13. It's a little short here, but he'll get there now.
You'll get it right here. Yep.
Yeah, if you play for the 13 now, you can't go wrong because the 11 will
Yeah.
bail you out if somehow it.
The 11 or the 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got some good bailout here. If you go down too far for it. That's about the only he could do is
Right.
end up by the corner pocket, which he
Yeah.
won't, not on this angle.
Not at this angle.
Yeah, I was going to say he's probably hit the rail and come off of it for it. Perfect.
Yeah, if he shoots a 13, just kind of draw off the 3 ball just to clear, make sure he's clear of this 15. It shouldn't be any problem whatsoever. He just doesn't want to hit the 3 ball so hard that it covers the pocket. Hold it.
He doesn't. It did.
It did.
Came
so
right
now,
back
so
in.
now stopping this 11 is not
Yeah.
an option. He's got to draw it back.
And he's got a very nice angle. It lays nice for drawing it back.
Yeah.
Called it just perfect. Just come on over. Nothing extreme, just
Yeah.
nice and controlled draw. You see an amateur, they'll usually draw the ball, and to them it's drawing it to the rail and back again.
Yeah. I
And
think
you
he's
see-
got room to go forward here. I think he's just the wrong angle to just draw it back. So forward and out. Keep going. Keep going. He's not going to like this. He's going to shake his head. You'd hate to do a slow spin shot here. Unless he's just willing to hit the high side of the 5 ball. Yeah, a little bit of, see the high right hand English, slow spin shot. There's a slow and high side of the 5. But not a problem for him. But that was just all the small little challenges he had to face on that at that angle. Good out, Manny Perez.
Well done, sir. Well done, young man.
Mitch Ellerman back racking. Unfortunately for Mitch, he's scratched a couple times in the break. And he needs to, it seems like he hasn't been shooting at all because for the last 4 games, he's only broken. So all the warm-up is completely gone. Oh, almost scratched again. Oh, he got kicked. That was really unfortunate. That cue ball, even though it didn't scratch, was kind of hanging out in the center of the table, and something came flying, that corner ball that goes 4 rails around. But big break, and if he has a shot on the high balls, he'll probably take it. As we can see, the 3 ball is the trouble ball for this rack. High balls probably. I would be removing that magic rack right now also.
Yeah.
But he's not. It looks like he's going right into these balls. And he's cleared out the balls for his opponent.
Did you see how that ball rolled off the rack?
Yeah. But there shouldn't be a concern here. All the stripes are open. Nothing got tied up for Mitch. And we'll see him negotiate this. It looks like a clock coming up, the way he's going to go around the table. Clockwise around the table after he shoots this 10 ball.
Probably get on the 15 next.
Yep. No. I think he's going to go around I
Yeah.
believe he's going to go around
I'd say
clockwise.
9. Yeah, 9. Counter, isn't it? Counter.
Counterclockwise.
Yeah,
sorry,
counter,
I don't
yeah.
know. You know, it's
It's okay, I'm helping you out.
we had Australia team, so I was a little bit backwards from this week. But thank you, George. You're absolutely correct. Counterclockwise. Very nice, and this is nice. You know, he should have the nice simple out, no trouble, no head shaking. He's got to go 2 rails forward for a stop shot on the 15, or he brings it back. Either one.
Absolutely perfect. Come back just a hair.
He's going to the
He
side
forward.
pocket.
Oh.
And it seems like he rolled a little bit too far, but that's, yeah, it looked like he wanted to. Oh, no, he's dead, almost dead straight. Very nicely done. Side pockets aren't so tough of a look when you're coming from that high in the table. Once they start going below that, that side pocket starts disappearing, doesn't it? We saw that in the small tables. Once it gets below a certain point, it's almost like no pocket to shoot at.
For shots like that, the side pocket's bigger than the rest of them.
Right,
It's a good half-inch bigger. And I was just a little concerned the way he hit the ball prior to the 8-ball. You saw his stroke come through.
Yeah. Instead of stun following, it sort of just kind of fell forward.
It seemed
looking at it right now.
It seemed a little tentative the way he shot that ball.
Right, and he didn't make the 15 into the center of the pocket either. Just took a look at it, rubbed the cushion a good 3-4 inches above, but coming at that angle. It's almost like you expect them to hit that dead center with a lot more weight, and the cue ball just kind of crawl forward as opposed to the slow roll type of.
And actually, that's a symptom of the tight pockets.
Yeah.
You know, they respect the pocket a little more.
A little more.
So they don't want to put any pace on the ball in case they hit the siding and it rattles.
I'm like, looking at Manny's setup on the break, he looks like everybody should copy this.
That's excellent form. A good side view would have been nice of his form there. Here comes his 3-ball. Is this ball going to clear? No, not going to do anything down at the bottom.
No, it looks like got a couple of tied up. This is going to be a problem wreck. Got to really work this one. The 9-1 are coupled up.
The only problem he has is he has an opening shot on
a low ball.
On the low ball, and he has an opening shot, a difficult one, on the stripe in the middle of the table. But he's got a stripe tied up on the side, which is the 9 and the 1. Other than that, they're all open. They've got a solid tied up on the side, on the opposite side, which is the 3 between those 2 stripes.
As well as the 6-ball being a little bit tied up if you decide to choose the 2. If you choose the 2, you probably would be hitting the 11 out of there, clearing that.
These are tight pockets. If he shoots the 2-ball, he'll probably play shape on the 6 or the 5. And he's got the perfect angle to lay over there. I mean, this lays very nice to play shape on the 5. Is he moving the?
He's playing the 11 combination, which you can do when it's an open table.
Well, I took care of that one.
So he liked the stripes better, which I believe were the better balls. The 9-ball's still a problem.
How can he get to his problem ball, Freddie? It looks like the 13 is an answer, as is the.
Maybe the 14.
Maybe the 10 too.
Well, maybe
and the 14 for sure. Yes.
Maybe he'll just bank it.
If he's going to use the 14, he wants to leave the 13 alone there, because that's his insurance ball if he doesn't get a shot on the 9. He'll come off the 14 on the bottom, come over to the side rail. And you called it. That was a good call on the using that.
14. 14.
Yeah,
so try to stop this on the 12 and then have an angle. It's close. It's really close. I don't know if he can get there from there now.
I thought he would
take a little higher.
I thought he would shoot the 14 in the same pocket he shot and then slide over.
Around.
Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
No, it's not as close. I mean, the monitor makes it even look worse, but it's closer than that. It's just I don't think he can get there though. It's very close. Looks like if he passes the 8, he'll be lucky.
He's gotten himself in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he's gonna be forced to bank that 9 now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it can be solved by a bank. Right.
But he doesn't. He's gonna push this 4. He's going to push the 4. He doesn't want to push the 4 right on top of the 13. Let's see what he decides to do. Here comes the jack up. He's got to hit this pretty firm. Don't get tied up in the. So he missed the ball, and that would have been a good opportunity to bank. 1 ball still tied up.
Opportunity to bank and try to draw back for the 10.
Something.
But I don't. Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
Manny mine's missing at that stage.
I have a feeling this cue ball is going to be behind a 3. There you go. Mine's missing now.
Yeah,
Mitch,
yeah, that's a nice safety there.
Yeah, he took care of all 3 balls.
And Manny just decided let's play a strategic game, tie up another ball.
Yeah, Mitch has avenues to get to those 2 balls, though.
But he can't break both of them up in one shot.
No. No.
Mitch has to remember which balls he is at this point. He used the low balls.
Well, here comes breakup number 1 for the 3.
That's pretty good control there.
And he didn't get a shot on it, so his insurance ball was the 7.
He's got a lot of insurance.
And for his, he's going to have a hard time getting an angle on the 4 to break up the 1. It looks like the 4 ball does go by the 13, which is nice. We can see that there. So if he plays to break up the 1 off the 3 coming straight across the table, he has an insurance ball. Insurance shot, ball shape.
Let's see what kind of angle. Does he just go and draw right down to these balls?
The problem is if he misses the 9, he's way down here without a shot. Yeah, he's going to look to do it off the 2, it looks like. I think off the 2, he's going to get on the 4.
He's got a little smirk because I think the smirk is telling me a few things, but we'll see how he gets there.
Yeah, the smirk says I'm limited in what I can do with the 4. Here
exactly,
he goes.
Exactly.
No, he's not going to do it because he wants the 4 ball there.
If you do this off the 2 ball.
He's coming at it now. Yeah, he's coming at it. He's going to be using left low English. Not a lot of left low. There you go. Yeah, a lot of left low.
Nicely done.
And look at the
and
nice
he's got a shot on the
1.
ball. So
oh, perfect.
Very nicely done. Good result. He deserved it. Just get on a ball here. Probably the 3 ball, I suppose.
You know, I think he earned it.
He definitely earned it. No, the 4 is nice now.
Mm-hmm.
I like playing that way. Play for the 3, but if you get perfect on the 4, or play for the 4, you get perfect on the 3. Either way, and the 3 ball felt like the key ball anyway.
I like the way he brought the cue ball around the upper part of the table, closer to the 3 by using both rails, not just one rail.
Yeah. Good out.
Rack.
Good out.
Now a break and run here by Mitchell.
We'll get him much closer.
Yeah, this is big. That was a big
Big
rack
game.
right there.
Well, anytime your opponent is past the 5 point.
Add.
Mitch is going to take a break here, so.
Let me see if I can get some updates on some of those matches.
Let the cue be your brush. The table, your canvas. Your game, a work of art. Icon. Make your next victory a masterpiece.
And we're back from the break
We're
here.
back.
Mitch Ellerman will be breaking. Back from the break to break.
Mitch will be breaking here. Well, he's breaking the balls. I just walked back across the room there and saw some of the matches going on. Jim Henry and Ahmed are tied at 4. Most of these matches are within a game, and they're halfway through. And they're all very, very tight. Emily Duddy and Dennis Hatcher real close. But great break there from Mitchell.
Yeah, I think that if the 10 ball passes the 8 ball, then probably shoot the high balls, but it's awfully close.
You
10
know,
ball doesn't go anywhere else.
with this table being 4.5 by 9, look where the cue ball is. The head of the table, up against the rail. That's got to be the worst, one of the worst locations the cue ball could land on the break.
Sure. And you can see how close that is. That 10 ball looks like it might pass, but you can see how small the pocket actually is coming from that angle. Well, he's playing a triple combination as his first shot.
For the deuce.
And it does that. And if the 10 ball doesn't
Ouch.
do him, oh boy. Yeah.
10 ball blocks the 5. And the only shot he really has is the 6 ball.
Or the
Up
1
table.
ball up table. Something up table
Yeah.
anyway. But if he can make a ball up table, probably break the 5 ball using the 4
gonna
ball, he's
bank.
going to go ahead and play a safety here, I think. Safe on the opponent's on ball. Oh, we always like that play. Seen a lot of that this weekend. Safe on your opponent's ball.
Mitch banks really good, so I wouldn't have put it past him to bank that
Just
ball and
bank
play
it,
shape
yeah.
on the 7. Yeah.
Well, all of these guys, you know, they're
But-
very good players.
Yeah, that bank
Full
shot on
game.
the bank shot there would be kind of like almost disrespectful of the game, of the score
Oh,
too.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
going for it.
behind.
Yeah,
So a lot
so-
of people would rather shoot at a pocket
Yes.
when they're from behind.
Well,
The percentages start shifting.
There is that thought, you know, if you're behind, play like a lion. If you're ahead, play like a lamb.
Yeah. So, you know that it works that way in bank pool and even one pocket, you know, but I don't know. Oh, if the table is open and that was the one time to, you know, if he makes that, he will win the game. I think the bank shot was probably a good idea, but the 5-10 laid funny all that time.
Yeah, well, that's
St-
taken
it
care
still
of right
it
now.
still feels it still lays funny.
Yep.
Well, he
Oh,
went
he
for the
missed the
breakout,
ball.
but missed the ball, and that should be. I guess he should be pretty surprised.
And just opened everything up for
Everything up.
Manny.
Especially after once he hits this 13. I believe the 14 passes the 5. That's what he's staring at right now. Even if it doesn't. Oh, no, it's that 5 ball is sitting pretty high. It looks a lot closer to the cushion on monitor, but there you can see it. It's quite a distance off. It's a good 2 balls off the cushion.
Yeah, the 10 ball goes by the 5.
All
the
right, so you
14
just
doesn't.
play the position. Well, let's see here. It's tight, but the 10 ball is not tight, but the position for the 14 is. Just as long as the 6 ball doesn't get in the way.
It did,
And it does.
and
And that's
it
the
does.
tightness of it right there. Well, he's going to try to get bailed out here by the 12 up table. Still has a very good chance to run out here.
Just going to an open space at the head of the table for the ball on the side, and then coming back downhill.
I'm surprised that ball went in. He hit a little bit either fat or thin. Must have been fat.
Yeah, it wasn't real clean.
But it looks like he has the shot in the 9. And it'll just bounce out to be about, I guess, parallel with the 15.
He'll give himself a nice angle for the 15. Not that angle.
Not that angle. That angle is a straight-in angle.
Yeah. That's where he wants
That's
to
where
be.
he wants it, so he must have enough angle to get there.
Yeah, if he'll create it, if he doesn't, and kind of hit it to the left side of the pocket and stun over just like that.
Good
Nice
shot.
Good shot by Manny.
Now, do you keep these low balls out of play by using inside English?
Inside English, it's extreme inside if he's using it. And I think he's forced to. I think he just goes back to where he tries to get back to where he's at right now and to go from there. Yeah.
Really nicely done.
Oh, he used that was
Really
very
nicely
well done.
done.
Very well done.
Yeah, Manny Perez just running through, and he's on the hill and breaking. Surprising miss by Mitch Ellerman there to try to knock out his ball. He put all the effort, looked like, to break on open the balls, and unfortunately he didn't make his ball. And Manny ran a tough rack there.
Very well executed.
Yeah,
He made a tough rack look easy.
Right. He's looking really good.
He's only made one mistake.
A
And I
scratch,
forget what that was. There was a scratch, I think, somewhere along the
early,
line. Yeah.
In the yeah.
He's moved the cue ball exceptionally well. He's had some great shots to get position and played well. That last shot on the 8 ball was a lot tougher than it looked. He made it look real easy
to get to the 8 ball.
Yeah, the spin over from that distance. Race to 8, and Mr. Perez is on the hill. Sponsored by Predator, High Rock. I'm reading some of the patches on his shirt.
And Club Billiards in Wichita,
Club
Kansas.
Billiards.
A lot of people are sponsored by that High Rock. They're the U.S. distributor of Molinari.
Did we meet Eric last year from Molinari? I think that was you and I that met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No balls in the break, and it's pretty wide open. First shot's going to be a combination on the low balls, and if you can get to the 3 ball, I believe everything will be wide open.
3 ball looks locked up, but it is really
He could play,
off
looks
those
like
2 balls
if
on
you
the
just
left.
play position for it right
this
now.
opens up. As long as the 10 ball doesn't block that pocket for the 3.
Well, it feels like he's going to go ahead and play position for the 3 ball in the side pocket.
He did that,
but
too.
he did knock it out of there anyway, the 10 ball. But next tough ball would be the 4 ball, but he owns that pocket. So I think he's got to stare at the 6-4 pair.
Nice.
Get one of those balls out of there, the 6 ball, and then it's cleared up. He could save it for last, I suppose, if he's going to go down table.
He's going to come up now for it. Come up for the 7 or the 6 to get to either of those 2 balls.
He's got to stare at this 11 ball and make sure he can get around it and then not get too far. It's either that he does go too far and go to the 7 or crawl it up and take a long shot. He does crawl it up and take the longer shot. The 8 ball is going to have to go in the side pocket, or if he leaves an angle, slide over for the 8 ball in the upper left pocket.
He doesn't go by the corner, by the 9. Oh, he's giving himself an angle here.
And again, he's played it for the side pocket, and this is
Yeah,
it all comes over and over and over again. But he will go 2 rails, and he's going to go to the 8 ball in that upper left pocket. Well, now upper right pocket as we view it at this point. Oh, I went inside. That was a. It looked like he almost caught the pocket point there, but good creative way to get to this 8 ball. It does go in the corner pocket by there. We warp speed sped it. Is it warp, sped it, or warped, speed it?
I just thought he shot it with
A
authority.
lot of authority. Well, he needed that. And really, if you break and runs here, a 7-5 game is pretty tight.
It puts a little pressure on Manny. It sure does. Because if he doesn't win the game, Mitch is now getting the 6 and breaking to get on the hill.
Mitch didn't take much time in racking those balls and just trusting the magic rack.
He says, I just ran
Just
out and
throw them in there.
I just ran out and shot that ball with authority for a reason. I'm on the way up here.
Oh, boy, another scratch. His third scratch on the break. And you just can't do that in a race to 8 against professional players. Look how wide open this rack is. Goodness, goodness, goodness.
And that scratch is coming straight off the head ball going to the side.
Yep.
So he's not hitting where he needs to hit off the head ball. He's got to hit the center of it, not the side, because it's coming straight over to the side pocket.
The only issue with this rack is choosing the first ball, and either is good. Either the 2 or the 13 are good.
Yeah.
Or the 12. I mean, he's saying that 13 is no issue whatsoever. And
yeah, no, it's not.
It's not. The 13 comes
Take care of
there.
it right
It
here.
goes in the side pocket.
He'll take care of it right here. Shoot the 14, slide down for the 13, then the 11, come right over. The thing about having issues with some balls is there's always a way. These guys find a way around it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just,
Yeah.
they just pattern the way around it. Just take it as part of the pattern.
He's got to bump this too. Very nicely done here. Just as long as he's got an angle. If the 8 ball passes the 7, then he doesn't need to do anything. But if it doesn't pass the 7, he's got to have an angle on the 9 ball. And is it on the magic rack, or can
It looks like it's right on it. Look how clean he hits the ball to the pocket.
Yeah, it's very nicely done. So the 8 ball must pass the 7 fairly easily because he didn't try to get an angle here.
There's a great shot of it.
This will be like his third 8 ball that he's shooting at where there's a ball right next to it, you know, as far as the line goes. As you can see there, George, you've mentioned a few times, he's over his left eye, as many of many players are, you know. And I mentioned the great Buddy Hall. Buddy Hall is very over the left eye.
For the
like
match.
a lot of right-handers there.
And there it is.
Nice job, Manny Perez over Mitch Ellerman, first round. George?
Yep, see you in a little bit.
Okay, 9
We'll have matches for you every 2 hours.
Right, thanks, everybody.